This Advent, I've been reading quite a bit from the Gospel of Matthew. Now, the Christmas story that we find in Matthew is actually quite a bit shorter than the one that we read in the Gospel of Luke, but it has a couple important facts that we don't find in Luke that help us understand what's happening at Christmas. One of those is that when the angel comes to Joseph and tells Joseph in a dream that the baby that Mary is carrying is born of the Holy Spirit, Matthew then tells us that all this is to fulfill what was a promise given by the prophet Isaiah. And then Matthew quotes Isaiah 7:14, which says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Look, the young woman is with child and shall bear a son and shall name him Immanuel." Matthew sees in this coming of Jesus the fulfillment of this ancient promise of the prophet and lifts up this name for us, that Jesus is Immanuel. In Hebrew, Immanuel means God with us. So Matthew is pointing to the fact that Jesus has come to show us God's presence with us. God is with us. Now, often when we think about that, God being with us, I think we automatically think about God as companionship, like God is with us like a friend beside us to help us. Which is true, that's part of what Immanuel means. God is with us, God is like a companion, God is like a friend. But if we look back in the Old Testament, we'll see that God's presence also carries with it a really important sense of protection. Protection. In the Psalms, for instance, we read about how God's presence in Jerusalem means protection for the city, that God is our sanctuary, that God is our refuge, that God is our rock. Protection's not really a word that we normally associate with Christmas, but this name Immanuel brings that to us and invites us to think about God's presence in terms of protection. I wonder what that would mean for you this Christmas, to lean into a sense of safety and hope that comes with God being near.